this might be genius or it might be really dumb. Hey you guys, my name is Taquisha and this is Our Freedom Song, and today is an exciting day in the garden. I am sitting on the garden porch planning something that is going to be so much fun. Sitting out here with some of my really great finds. Does anybody else do that? Are you over in the clearance section in these different nurseries or big box stores and you're seeing what's on clearance and you're like, you know what? I can bring this back to life. So these deals are like hard to pass up, especially when you know that it just needs a little water, a little sun, a little love. And so all these things I'm going to be working to bring back to life. We have all of our things planted in the ground already. I thought it would be so fun to add another element to the garden by way of experimenting and just adding some fun. I recently saw that somebody grew their tomatoes upside down and I was like, wait, what? Like, what? I saw that, I knew that had to be the thing that we try over here in our garden to see if it truly does work. I have some 5-gallon buckets. So these were just buttercream buckets that came from a big box store. Just went over there and asked them for the buckets. Sometimes they charge $1 for them and sometimes they just give them to you for free. So anyway, so we've had these for a while and we're going to put these to use by making these upside down tomato hanging planters. It's the thought of walking into the garden and seeing upside down tomatoes is so exciting. The idea is that you plant your tomato in the bucket, you put a hole at the bottom, and then you hang it up, and the tomato is at the bottom, and you water from the top, which I thought, well, that sounds fantastic because you know those roots are going to be watered. And so the kicker is that you need to plant tomatoes that are small in variety. So your little grape tomatoes and things like that that are really, really tiny. You can't do like a slicer on here. You need your snackable tomatoes to be planted in here so that the weight of the tomato doesn't snap. I definitely love budget-friendly ideas and I absolutely love beautiful gardens. I want to jazz these up a bit. I'm thinking some with burlap. Maybe I would spray paint some, which is such a fun idea. I was thinking like you could add so much color, whatever aesthetic that you have for your garden. It would be so easy to spray paint those different colors. I found these really cool burlap sacks at Tractor Supply and I'm going to use these. They only had 3 and I actually have 4 tomatoes. And so I'm going to spray paint one and then use these for the other ones. I have a few different types of varieties that we are going to be growing. One is the Super Sweet 100. It's a black cherry tomato called a yellow sun sugar. The last one is actually a mystery tomato that a friend dropped off. So she says that she believes it's a small variety of a yellow tomato that looks like a pear. It's self-seeded itself and she's not quite sure what it is. And I said, girl, bring it over. I want to try it out. Those are the 4 tomatoes that we're going to be planting today. Let me show you how we're going to prepare these buckets. So what I'm going to be using is a piece like this that I'm going to hook up to the drill, and then I'm going to cut a hole at the bottom of the bucket. I've actually never used this attachment or hooked it up, and so Thomas is showing me how it's done. Okay, so we decided to use the plug drill. It's called a plug drill. It's called a hammer drill. Plug-in drill. For more power. Okay, so I'm going to drill right inside that circle right there. And I think the benefit is of being able to do it now while the plants are small is that the hole doesn't have to be too big.
All right.
That could be a whole bucket, whole driver. That's pretty cool. And what's this bit called?
A whole,
You know what this?
a whole bit. Yeah.
Nice. Let's do another one. That's fun. That was fun and so simple. So I have all of my buckets with holes at the bottom. Let's do the next thing. Peek of the greenhouse. Yep, yep. Okay, so I did spray paint the top part of the bucket. And so now I'm going to squeeze this burlap on here and it's going to be a tight fit. Okay, so after the burlap is squeezed on, this is what it looks like. This is how much extra there is. So I'm just going to be folding that over and attaching it to the bucket. So I'm just pulling and playing with the fabric until it looks like something that I like. And then I'm going to attach it using these teeny tiny zip ties that I have. The zip ties I'm going to be using, they are so small. And so I'm going to be using the clear zip ties. They look like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just cut a hole here so that the tomato can go through. Just like that. Okay, so first up is going to be our black cherry. This is what our black cherry is looking like.
Looks like a tomato.
That's exactly what it is. And so what we're going to do is try to gently put it down in there.
Putting it
Upside down. That's why I needed you to hold that bucket. I don't want to break any leaves off. Okay. Hold it right there. Okay, we got it in there. And now we're going to fill that with soil. Okay, so we exchanged hands. I needed some stronger hands because I'm about to fill the bucket with soil. Okay, so I only filled this bucket about halfway with soil. Since it's such a little baby, I'm going to only fill it this amount with soil but I'm going to continue to add soil. But for now, when I water it, I want to know that the water is actually going to get down to the roots of the plant, because it didn't have a very strong root system. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so here is the footage of me realizing so many things I hadn't considered before. I am very confused right now. I did not consider how I was going to hang this up. I thought I would just use a zip tie, but I realized the zip tie is going to have it way too close to the top of our cattle panel. How am I going to water that? And so I'm like, this is not going to work. And not only is this not going to work, but I can't just set this bucket down because the plant is at the bottom. And so I'm going to need some assistance for sure. My mind was racing with thoughts like, okay, how am I going to do this? And I looked over and there it was, a bungee cord. And I was like, that bungee cord could really work. So now I'm just really trying to determine how low the bucket should be, because the tomatoes are going to need space to grow down. So not too low, not too high. Just trying to find that sweet spot. You might at this point be wondering who I'm talking to. I am. I'm talking to myself. I am in the hoop house talking to myself. So two challenges became apparent as soon as I tried to hook this up. First of all, how far should this be in order to successfully be able to reach it to get water in there, and then have it still tall enough where it's going to get the most sunlight? And then I thought, well, when it grows, it's probably going to need to be hooked up to the trellis up here as it grows with a plant hook, because it's definitely not 6 feet to the ground. So it's going to need something to be propped up, and maybe I can just pin it up to the top of the bucket with a plant hook. That's possible as well. Lots of things to think about, and now I don't know, like, will I need to bungee all of these? Is bungees the best, or should I get those super size zip ties? Trying to think about what the best thing to do is. So I'm thinking that the bungees is definitely going to be the best option, as I'm thinking, because it does have that spring back, a little bounce, and it's going to be very heavy. Like, it's going to be heavy as I add more soil, and it's also going to be heavy when it's watered. And so the bungee cord might be the best for the weight and for the movement of the actual bucket. Okay, so this is the super sweet. This is the sun sugar. Okay, so this beauty right here is the mystery. This is the mystery tomato that we are hoping is going to produce little tomatoes. It's huge, and so that's definitely going to be more challenging to get it through the hole, but it doesn't seem impossible. Put this in here. I might just need to prune it first. Whoa. That's very sandy in there. Okay. I'm gonna go in like this. And you did it.
Mostly, only like 2 characters. And then
You did it. Wow, that lizard just got like a supersized fly. And it's just munching it. Hey guys, well that is it. Here is a beautiful shot in that golden light. I absolutely think it is just so cute. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's so fun and it's so cute. If you tried something like this, let me know all the things, the pros, the cons, all the things. If you know somebody who did something like this, let me know all the pros and cons. What do you guys think? How do you think these should be managed? What are your thoughts based off of what I told you? Let me know all the things, and I know that you will. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.